iOS or macOS. Connect streaming software to go live. There we go. And we are live on Instagram as well. How cool is that? Okay, we can put this on this side over here. Like that. I'll open another window for X, so we can see what's going on over there too. Sure, cool. Okay. Let's do it like this. I know you don't see much. I'm just talking and you don't know what I'm talking about, but so be it. And we're live here. Awesome. We can pause that. Can we pause the Instagram too? Because I don't know if I'm using up my what do you call it? If I'm impacting my latency. Okay, here we go. We are prepared. Let's close out these things. Do we have anything else open here that we can close out? All of this I think can stay open. What was that? Open AI. Oh yeah, right. I think we can close that too. Streaming goes over here. That is fine. Okay. Quit. So what are we doing today? We have our project Van Life Compass. And we need to Van Life Compass. We need to copy over some of our API stuff to get started. Let's see here. Open WishKit iOS. And then we let's grab all the API stuff. Put it here too. Copy. Hey. Let's see if that copied properly. Van Life Compass, API, and then WishKit iOS. Is it iOS? Yes. Sources, WishKit. Oh yeah, API still there. Cool. Let's adapt this. This one does not introduce WishKit shared. This is just, what do we call it? Van Life Compass. Like that. Oi. And today is the 30th. For you, if you want to see what I'm actually doing on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube or Twitch, you will see what I'm actually doing right now. I cannot share my desktop on TikTok just yet because I don't have a live streaming key, but because we are live today, I should get a live streaming key for at least 14 days and then I can use it and then I should be able to get it for longer. That's why we're doing that. All right, we got a version 1. That's the old API. That's the new async. We got comment. Oh yeah, project settings. We want project settings as well. Where did I store that? Just like generally here. We could say, why don't we say app? Just app specific. I didn't even check if you guys can hear me. Oh wait, I think I heard myself earlier here. Okay, that sounds good. Let me refresh. You don't hear any music, do you? No, you do. Okay, nice. All right, down to 320 again. Oh, I didn't check YouTube either. Check YouTube really quick, just to make sure I'm live everywhere. Yeah, cool. All right, nice. Quality can be as low as can be. Back to here. Project settings, we can introduce a new folder called app, and then we can put the API, we could put it in there. Like, let's put the assets and maybe the van life app in here, right? That's the main thing. What's content view supposed to do? What's the difference? It's not really a difference here. And we got main tab view. We could just move that up here. Get rid of content view. We're cleaning up. And then project settings. Copy, paste. And now difference is van life. URL and then vanlifecompass.com/API. SDK version, we don't have that. All right. I don't know if it needs to be project settings. If it's just the API that uses that, we might as well just define it up here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we could. This is just API specific. That makes no sense. Extension API enum. We got that. We can do static var. We can do it here. I think that's fine. All right, and then here, van life compass URL. So either I have something in my scheme, if I wanted to have an environment variable to locally request stuff, or if it's not given, I'll do the actual thing, and then we can get rid of project settings for now. Okay, cool. So let's do this. And then I'm gonna set up a backend in Vapor, and I'm gonna try to see if I can deploy it. I should be able to. And then maybe our first migration and database setup and stuff like that. Because we want backend communication, we want to store users. And this app is going to be invite only, so the first screen is going to be like enter your friend code if you want to sign up or you log in. Yeah, right. So user API, we can leave that. This one just needs to be, I think API.API URL should be it, right? API URL static. And then you have the base URL and the endpoint is that. I want to use one of them. This is fetching and creating and voting. This is both post. I don't need examples for everything multiple times, just once. So we can do that. So maybe create is sending along data too. And then vote can go away. Are we using async here? No. Completion handler based. Why are we doing that? Is anything here async? Oh, this one is async. Great. So update user actually uses async, and this is a post, authenticated post request we're doing here. And then we have the old one. What about the comment? Comment is async, and it creates a authenticated post request again. There's a typo. I want a fetch request too. Authenticated post request and authenticated get request. Okay, I like that example. We don't need create. Let's just keep that as an example around, and that as an example around for now. We don't, oh yeah, that's how we add the authentication. We should get API key, right. We don't need SDK info. JSON encode is fine. We don't need to add that. On each request. We're keeping it simple. Hey. So, okay. This is not going to compile like that because user request doesn't exist. How does user request? Oh yeah, it came from, right. It came from the SDK. How does user, oh, you know what? We can, API should specify request, like for example, for user, should have the user API, should have the request and the response, for example. We could, for the beginning, we could say, because it's invite only, right? So you want to, let's say we want to sign up in the app. Then that means you want to add a friend's code and get this verified that this friend's code is valid. So we could do a friend's code API, friend's code, like this. And we can introduce, we can actually rename, let's just rename what we have to friends code and adapt it. So let's call this friends code. And then this is going to be our friends code API. And then we call this one friends code API. This is still resolving properly, good. And then we can have our friends code request. There we go. Now we're having a flow. New empty, no, I don't want an empty file. I want a Swift file. Friends code request. The request that we're going to send is just including our friends code. What we could do is, I mean, for the beginning it's fine. I was just thinking, how can we make sure that people are not spamming our endpoint, right? By you know, only processing that has a specific secret token associated with any request. And we're just going to put that token into the app and just at least lower the surface. It's easy to just catch that token because you can just monitor what's being sent as a request. If you have like Charles, or whatever it's called, to intercept the network communication. But at least, but that's like for later. Right now for the MVP, we don't need that. Okay, anyway, friends code request is going to include just the friends code as a string. That's it, but it's gotta be codable. Actually only encodable, but because we're encoding, but when we want to decode, oh yeah, that's why this is codable, because you want to decode on the backend side again. So what I like to do for WishKit, what I did is I put all the API request and response stuff into an own package, and I made the app and the backend depend on it, like added this package. So that way, whenever I make a request and I use a struct, let's say that's defined in a package like friends code request, I can use that same struct to decode. So that's, as long as the SDK versions are aligned, I know that my frontend and backend are always going to encode and decode properly, and I will never have any like missing properties or mismatches of values or mismatches of properties. That's the cool thing about having Swift in the front end and back end. But we can refactor later. We can just, for simplicity, we don't introduce a package right now. We're just going to have response, and the response is going to include the friends code again and is valid. Do we need to include the friends code again? What if we say who invited you? That would be cool too. Maybe it's an improvement. I can write a comment. Would be cool to return who invited you, and the UI could feel very friendly already. Don't show collabs for 10 minutes. Let's stay like this. Oh, I accepted it accidentally. How do I get out of this collab then again? No. Sorry, why did I accept this? There we go. Disconnect from live. Are we disconnected or are they disconnected? What happened? Oh boy. Okay. Why did I take? I don't know. I was scared this was some kind of explicit content. All right. Anyway, so friends code is valid. Would be cool to return who invited you, and you. So we can display it in the UI. Could feel very friendly early. Let's do it like this. This is all we need, and then we can friends code, and then we can say validate, right? Validate friends code. All right, should we say friends code or invite code? It's like an invite code. Friends code, invite code. I want to be more explicit, more verbose. Maybe it should be invite code. Invite code. That makes more sense. Yeah. Sounds less cool, but technically that's an invite code. What if friends code could be later on the way how you are sharing your, I don't know, your profile in order to connect with one another, like QR wise. It could be a friends code. I don't want to clash later or have to rename later a bunch of things. So invite code it is. Invite code. Invite code request, invite code response. Up here, up there, and then invite code API. Finvite code. Invite code API. And then we can say invite code here. Invite code. Invite code is the endpoint. Oh yeah, here. And then we can say validate. So anything about invite code, we're validating. Validate friends code. Validate invite code. And then invite code request goes in, and invite code response comes back. This is, I wonder, this is validating it, right? This one, I don't think we need it for now. But wait, this is private. This is, okay, this is the same thing, just public. So that's gonna be it. Invite code request. And, oh, we don't have any API errors. Let's grab them from here. API errors. Where do we have them? They're in a package. Reason. How do we want to define that? we could have a reason, and the reason could be it's predefined. I wanted to have its type safe, but it also doesn't give me flexibility just to display any kind of error, like it will be unknown. I suppose we can just use that for now. Let's do this. API. Let's do error, or like API. Swift API error. Like this. And then we only need to see, that's the thing. What if the backend just fails with something and it wants to be more detailed, and we can't do that like that? How about we have how about the reason is just another struct? Oh yeah, so how about we have a reason? Oh, that's much better. Okay. How about the API error has a reason and it doesn't have to be public because we're not in a package anymore. And a description. You know what I mean? So we can iterate over the reason, and we can maybe detail description, or like detail. Yeah, detail description, maybe like that. Let's do it like this. And then display text. Maybe just description. And that one is, I don't know, wrong friend invite code. Wrong invite code, just generally when invite code is failing, and then maybe we could say wrong invite code, and then in detail must be exhaustive because we have unknown too, right? Okay. Unknown error. Like this. And then here reason and description. Sure. String, no default value. Like this. That way we can have a title of some sort, you know. We know what kind of error happened, maybe. And then we can describe it more in detail. I wonder if this is even necessary, if we can just have description, but okay, let's keep it like this for now. At least our interface is working then. Here we're going to have, failure. That would be not an API error. I guess it is an API error, but it's not really. It's like a local API error. Should this be a protocol then, and then we have a remote and a local one? I don't want to over-engineer stuff right now. Okay, could not create request. Let me just have that one too. Generally, could not create request. Could not create request. And then here that will work. Update user, it would be this. Missing argument for parameter. Okay. Description. Right. This is could not create request, and then in detail, validate invite code. Could not be created. Yeah, we can do that. Otherwise, we send it, await it, and it gets back. Okay, so we got our friends code API. That will call the basically the URL. This one. the API, and on top of it, we'll append invite code because we are in invite code, and on top of it then say, oh, we want to validate. So we need to have that endpoint for the backend set up. For the front end, we need a UI that will capture that value and package it. So we can do that right now. Maybe comment UI can go now. Request creatable, which API we don't need either. Request creatable is just generally needed. We don't need any of this, right? Because we have the API token. Do we need that? I think we need it later. We need later on an authentication token when someone signs up. Then we need a bearer token. Did we delete earlier the bearer token? Did we have that earlier? Let me see over here. Where's the request creatable? Request creatable. Bearer token. I feel like we saw it. Maybe not. The only authentication we basically do is our own. Okay. Right. We can do that later then. That's like, okay. I wonder if we can set value set value, let's say a string for, can we say bearer token? No, for HTTP header field. HTTP header, all fields. Yeah, what is that? Where's the bearer one? First. Key. I don't know. Where's this defined? And what does it include? Foundation. Dictionary containing all HTTP header fields of the receiver. Oh. That's probably not what I think it is. Okay, you know what? I don't need to do that myself. I can do just set value. This is not going to be the right thing because bearer has to be the value, like bearer, and then we have our token, and then the header field should be, what was it? Something. I think Codex can help with that. Add bearer token to URL request if given. That way we can authenticate. We won't need, I don't think we need patch and whatnot, but at least it's covered. Okay, back to the front-end app, main tab, view. We can launch this now. Let's launch it on a iPhone Air and see what we get. See what we have. Okay. Yeah, because I have a pretty print error. Print error. This print precisely. I have this one. I like that. Let's do utensil app. Utils. Let's do a utils folder. Utils. Did anybody write? Oh, AJ, how are you? Aren't you using Claude Codex to code this? And what is the app about? Sorry, I didn't see you guys were writing. So I'm working right now on a different app, and I'll use Codex in a moment. Just right now I'm copying over from a different project all the stuff that I need, which means it's not something we are going to write from scratch, which we don't use Codex for copying stuff over. But this app is a new app. It's part of a hackathon project I'm participating in with a friend until the 15th of February. We have 2 more weeks before we have to be done. and we're just getting started basically. But we have a rough idea what we want to build. It's predefined. There's 7 projects we can choose from, and one of the projects was van life. There was an influencer. There's 7 influencers. They have 7 ideas, and you can pick which idea you want to do, and then you can compete with others who also pick that idea. And that influencer who proposed the idea is going to pick the app they like the best, and then promote it. And when they pick your app, you also win $20,000. So we picked Van Life, an app that helps you connect with other van lifers, maybe even date, and have just a dedicated app for the community. So that's the main purpose. Maximus Fed. Hi, what's the app? Hi Martin, what's the new app you're building? Okay, good. Yeah, I just explained it. And inside the app, you also will have the ability to provide help. If you, for example, have a van and you're like a van lifer, then you are doing a lot of stuff yourself. You're building stuff inside the van yourself. You know, some goodies, like, I don't know, you have some extra light, or you have a monitor, or you have a toilet that you've built in, things like that. And if you're good at some of these things, you can offer your help for money, for free, in the app as well. So other van lifers can say, hey, my toilet broke, can you help me? Or, hey, I would like to install light, can you help me? Things like that. It's basically, yeah, so you're on the road. There was this influencer said, like, she's on the road and it's hard to date someone who's not a van lifer. So it would be nice to find other van lifers to then say, hey, how about we travel together to that new spot and that new spot, and then they can communicate through the app, get to know each other, maybe, you know, build a friendship. And it's like around that community. Are software engineer jobs safe during this AI hype? AJ, honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's a hype. It's here to stay. I think if you are a software engineer, you should hop onto Codex, Claude, Gemini immediately and start using it to build your apps, to find out your flow and what is good, where it's good, where it's bad, and familiarize yourself with that, because it's basically kind of like as if back in the days when you had only a text editor and no IDEs, and you were just used to writing it in Notepad. You have no autocompletion help, you have no compiler and stuff like that, and you write very slow code, right? Because you have no help. And then once the IDE came around, you write code faster, so you get stuff done faster. So the standard of getting things done in a time changed. Like, oh, why are you taking a week for that? This guy just does it in 3 days. It's not because he's better, it's just because he has help by the IDE. Imagine you would say, like, I don't want to use the IDE, I want to stay sharp and, you know, make my mistakes and learn from them and get better at not making mistakes and stuff like that. Sure, but you will slow down. And now that we have AI, it's kind of the same. You can choose to keep coding yourself, to not unlearn coding, because you will get rusty, you will forget if you don't use it, but you're going to be like not only just half as slow, but you're going to be 10 times slower than others. Maybe actually even more. It's more than 10 times slower. I built an app for macOS in 3 hours that I probably would have taken a week to build, at least, because I didn't have any knowledge about building macOS app. I'm proficient in iOS, but my knowledge in coding helped me to just use Codex to build 3 macOS apps in 1 week. That's unparalleled. So jump on the ship, not jump ship, jump on the ship, jump on the train right now. That's my recommendation. And the landscape for software engineers is going to change next 2 years. I'm pretty sure it's going to change a lot, where the expectations of you and what you do and how you do it is completely different. Like, if you don't use your AI, it's going to be like frowned upon. It's going to be a requirement. Everybody has to use AI, because otherwise you basically just not using all the tools available to get the job done. Okay, anyway, that's long rambling for a short question. Where was I at? I was at the pretty print. Pretty print precisely. What I like about this print is I did this so I can make really nice logging, so to say, but I'm printing really into the console, and I can print. I can just say print U. Actually, I can say print success or print error, and what it does is it's gonna say print U, and it's gonna say it's an error and the type and the line and the text. But all you did is you just provide the text, but the line is implicit, is like given for you, and the type is also inferred. And then the first, like what, for example, let me just show you. In the API, we print an error, I think, somewhere. Let me try. It was complaining earlier, right? Print error here. So what print error would do over here is self references API and then the text. And then the print would show API on line 39 says this, nicely formatted. So immediately when you see the log, you know where to look. Like you can immediately open API at line 39, bam, you're here, right? Because this is what the error said. And it's nicely formatted too. So that's why I have this convenient print precisely. Okay, anyway, so what is this problem here? That's right. Because it wants to say request resulted in error. But we don't really need that anymore. We just need async. Am I using this? Let me just comment this out and see whether I'm still compiling. No, because down here could not decode backend response. Okay, that's fair. We can do that. We can do local, and this is unknown. Are you editing your video?
Not really.
I see. And this is remote. We can say, actually we can introduce it here. Where's the reason? Like this. And then we can say, whoops, case, couldn't, and then we just say the same. Thank you, AI. Let me check. AJ, that's nice. Are software engineers' jobs safe? We just said that. I guess I have to then. AJ, are you telling me you haven't tried Codex yet? Dude, try Codex. And once you tried it, feel free to try read Markdown. Shameless plug, but oh yeah, shameless plug. I will show you anyway in a moment how I use it, and then I think you will like it better than Terminal. I like it better. It's quite nice. Okay, here, what else do we have? Where else is it complaining? Reason has no member description. Oh, that's right. Okay, sure. Description. Why are we reason and description? Yeah. Not auto completing. Okay, anyway. Could not decode. Okay. We could say could not decode. Yeah, what can't we decode? Could not decode whatever T is, right? Let's just do this. Is this gonna work? Wabuju Dao. Where else? Reason has no member description. API error. Where else are we using it? Down here. Request resulted in error. Ha. Sure. What is this? Print error. Oh, look, we're actually having the error that we're catching. We can put it in here now. I like that better. We can obviously print it too. But that's at least giving us a response so we can pop up an alert or something, you know, for the user. This is just when we see it locally, but when you use the app, it's easier than you see an alert and what happened there. Request resulted in an error. Okay, sure. Then that's just also something we need. could not decode backend. Yeah, sure, that was like this, and then like that. Hopefully that works now. And then we're still missing description somewhere. Let me find everywhere we're using API error and then reason. Here, no, this is all commented out. Here, we're using description, and here we are also using description. So what's your problem? Down here? Has no member description. What are you talking about? Description. This is the right thing. Am I missing something? What am I missing? Let me clean the build folder. Oh, maybe this is an issue. Any error to expected argument type string can convert value of. Oh, that's why we have to do string describing. That's better. And then this is the last thing that's complaining. Description. It says it up here. Oh, decode? No, wait, that's fine, right? It's gonna be so interesting. It's decoding from here. That's gonna be codable. And then where else? I feel like that's it. Build failed because of that. And I don't even know why. Where is it? Show me here. Let me see. Build. Yeah, but where is it? Here? Oh. API error description. Reason doesn't have. Oh yeah, because we renamed it, right? Did we say this is API error as decoded from this? What's the interface now? Oh, it's not public. Let's do public. And what was reason then? It says display text. That's what it is. Maybe it has to be public so we can access it. And then here we say reason and then this display text. Oops. There we go. Now it builds. All right, we fixed it. Let's see, where's the iPhone Air? Here. How does it look like over here? Are we still good? Destiny, hey, long time. That's true, Destiny. How's it going? Thanks for swinging by. We're trying to build our first screen for Van Life Compass. And we're going to, okay, yeah, we got the home, the activity, builder's profile, we might remove that. And so at least it's running, good. What is this? Project Management enables string catalog symbol generation. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Manually added strings in your string catalogs. Localization, like auto localize. Okay, sure, whatever. Just so there's no warnings. We're not going to localize anyway in the beginning. So our first onboarding screen, or actually it's gonna be sign up screen, right? It's gonna be, yeah, exactly. So we're going to call this sign up. There we go, sign up. Or register, sign up. And then we're going to have a actually now we're going to use read markdown. Here we go. Let's go. This is the app that I built to help you plan features using codecs and then execute them. So this is what you do. I go into Van Life Compass, the let's do the markdown file, and then in here, I can start chatting to Codex and I can say, okay, I want to implement a sign up. Let's see, a view that takes an invite code. Actually, I want to have a sign up view, right? Okay, I want to implement a simple view that has two buttons, sign up and login. When tapping on sign up, it presents or like pushes onto a view where I can input an invite code, and it has a button that says continue. That button sends the invite code via the API to the backend for verification. The invite code view might show an error underneath the input field if the verification failed. Okay, let's do that. That's just like a very rough description of what I want, but now I can say, okay, please create a feature dash game plan MD outlining in great detail this particular flow and feature. Make sure to include or like consider all coding guidelines, because I have some skills, so I can just do that, right? I don't have to start. He's not gonna write any code just yet, because I said please create a feature game plan markdown outlining in great detail this particular flow and feature. So it's gonna pop up here because we are in the project folder, right? So it's gonna say I'm thinking about this and that. I'm preparing to create a markdown file with a detailed outline focusing on view separation and other guidelines, ensuring it's purely a documentation outline without code. Actually, I do want code examples. And I have two skills. It says preparing to explore Swift UI skills. I have Swift UI coding guideline skills and I have Swift specific skills. So if it's gonna give code examples, or if it's going to start coding, it's gonna code the way I want it. It will have like the architecture of the project is going to be MVVM, like we have a view model, we have enums in its own place and stuff like that. And we're going to ask for code examples. Please include concrete code examples in the game plan. Once done, evaluate each section separately. If the approach outlined is the best way to do it, just so it can read what it did and just reason about whether it's really the best approach it was suggesting itself. So this is the game plan. You saw it like pop up. Now we're going to see how it's gonna just change under yourself and adding code examples. Let me see. And we can read if we like what we see. For example, here we can see, oh, it will have auth, like authentication view, auth entry view. I don't like this naming. We can ask it to rename it before it just starts writing code, right? I don't want it to go into the code base, write a bunch of code, and then refactor it from there. I want this game plan to be airtight and then just go and execute, basically one shot it. So let's see if it's going to be, it's planning file rewrite with the code and evaluations. Cool. But in the meantime, we can see proposed files. It was auth entry view. I don't like that. I want something like, see, there you go. Refactored navigation stack auth entry view, non-goals, full authentication implementation, login form, token storage, account creation. So we're not doing that. Analytics, telemetry, or feature flags, not doing that. Stuff like that. Cool. Login placeholder view. Coming soon. Login, great, because we only want sign up. UX flow, auth entry view. That's like the main view, right? Why don't we call it, what is the first, this is gonna be the first screen, right? What do we call the first screen of an app if it pops up? I don't like auth, the way it's just not a thing we use commonly. And then we can see from here, welcome, sign up and login. Great, what's the difference between these two? Code example, UX flow, okay, maybe. Oh, live ends in 5 minutes, why? Why would it end in 5 minutes? What's the problem? Oh, it ends in 5 minutes if I just had to do a CAPTCHA. Never mind. Yeah, whenever I will try Codex, I will surely try your tool. I was showing that to my colleagues yesterday in the office. Oh, thanks, AJ, that's cool. It's very bare bones, like it's still very, like it misses, you know, some stuff, like switching between Codex to Claude, for example, if you prefer that, but I already use that one much more than Terminal. So, okay, we are reviewing what it's about to do, and if I like what it's doing, this is fine. Now here, look, this kind of formatting is outlined in SwiftUI coding guidelines. You see this annotation always has a space above. It has a view model, I like that, invite code view. So sign up goes to invite code view. I like that. We use invite code as a name. It's going to be the invite code view model. That makes sense to me. Why is that a state object? Maybe it's, I suppose that's the new thing, right? It's after observable. Okay, that's fine because we want to probably listen on some properties there, like invite code here. And then we have the error message, just in case there is an error message in view model. And then we have continue, and then we're calling view model submit. Look at this. Oh yeah, when we put the text field, this is binding to the view model invite code. So whatever we input into the text field is going to be populating the property here. Then we can say on submit, it submits it. Whatever the view model does there is going to be like the communication with the API. It's not in the view. That's great. And then if the view model is saying is submitting, then we see a progress view. Cool. It took even care of that kind of stuff. Let's see what the view model looks like. Published, published, published. Great, because when we are changing is submitting from within here, there's a function missing here. Where's the implementation of submit? Invite code service is doing verify. Response model. Why response model? API client. Oi, look at this. Okay. See, this is wrong. It's just coming up with stuff that doesn't exist. Okay. Scan the entire code base for existing code, especially around the API implementation, and update the feature game plan accordingly with real code from the code base. I don't like your imaginary API client that doesn't really exist. Use real code, or if it doesn't exist, suggest its creation. Don't guess, don't hallucinate. Okay, I didn't ask it to check the code base beforehand, so I didn't have the context, I think. But we will see this one. I can just look at this right now, and we will see this one update for sure in a moment. Let me see if you said anything. Okay. So scanning for API usage. Great. Invite code view. Navigation stack. Let's see how this is. This should be updating to actually just saying something like API or like invite code API, I think, right? Invite code API dot verify, and then pass in the request. we don't have model. Invite code request model should not exist. It should just say invite code request. It was just making this stuff up again, or even suggesting to create it later down that we haven't seen yet. So that's gonna be closer to real. Invite code service is great. There's also a layer that I introduced. It's for logic. It's your it's your business layer basically. The model is your layer between. It's basically like a controller between your view and the logic. Is the model stores stuff for the view that's relevant, whatever, communicates with the services or multiple services, I would think. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So I don't know why it's flashing though. That's interesting. It shouldn't be flashing. I must have changed something. I don't like that. Usually it was just updating it in place. So back here, like, look at this, invite code response. So now it's using actual API data that we have. Where is our API call? From here, verify van live, yeah, we have that. But where is the invite code model? I don't see, is it just calling it immediately? Here, no, view model submit. I like this, state design, that's fine, is verified, yes, sure. Is continue disabled, is submitting, or invite code trimming characters is empty. Yeah, okay. Network, validate use the existing invite code API implementation from invite code API. Yes. Oh, okay, that's the implementation it should be using. Okay. Great. And then use the existing API error. Also great. Navigation stack. What is this? Invite code view content. Why would it accessibility? We don't need accessibility right now. Let's skip accessibility for now. Update the markdown file. Let's read through. We have submit here. This is going to be the view model, right? Validation and error messaging. Code example view model using real API. Okay, we're trimming the invite code, and then we're setting is submitting to true, and setting it back to false once the async code is done at the end of the execution of this function. And then here we're saying, okay, we put the trimmed code into the request. Friends code API. We still call it like that. Whoopsie. Validate invite code. Yep. Result either success is valid is going to be to is verified, local published property, or response is valid is false. Oh yeah, this is going to be just giving true or false, and then we're going to set the error message, and then with the display text, cool, and then if it's failing we just say error message, and then it's verified is not set, I suppose. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we have navigation link login, testing plan. Okay, yeah, that's just testing it. I think so far this looks great. The only thing I need to refactor is the auth entry view. Why don't we just call it entry view, or like login page or login view, login and sign up? Right? I don't know. No, login view is going to be the other view. Okay, you know what? By now it's just fine. Okay, cool. Looks good. Go execute. Before I do that, I want to make sure, let me get out of here, that any change we just introduced right now, that is still compiling, right? Untracked file. Oh, I want this one in I want this in git ignore. I don't want to track that. What else? We don't want to track. We gotta remove this. Why is it in here? Van life compass in there. Okay. Echo. Git ignore. Git remove that. Git remove. Is it cached? Okay, is it removed now? I think so. I don't know. Git restore, deleted that one. Okay, great. I don't want to track that. What else? Everything else looks great. Those are assets. Okay. Now we can say add van life compass. Anything from there. Beyond, git ignore is fine too. That one is fine, but I don't want to add the markdown file. We don't need that. That's just a one-off thing. So now we're going to say introduced API, introduced invite code. This is the general API that we introduced. General API. Introduced invite code API. What else did we do? Not yet. Nothing else yet. A small refactor we need to do is Xcode friends code. Friends code, wherever that one. Yeah, see, that's not friends code, it's invite code. Invite code, and then also here, this one still says friends code, invite code. All of this is still wrong. 30th, maybe one. Wow, so old. Like that. Van life compass. I don't know. Is it like that? It's not like that. It's camel case. Van life compass. And then now we should be good, right? Did I miss anything? AJ. Have to head out to get my car service done. We'll see you soon. Bye. Also, be sure to check YouTube chat once. AJ, thank you so much for the reminder. You're right. And good luck with your car. And thanks for swinging by and hanging out, as always. YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Oh, you've been there too. Yasin. Hey, what's up? Long time no see. Yeah. Sorry, nope, just his longtime online friend. Yeah, that's so true. From India, yep. Kerala, are you a dev? iOS dev, yeah, I'm still learning. Hey, Yasin, front end, very cool. We're going to do some front end stuff too. Not sure about today, but generally for van life, we need front end stuff as well. Okay. Do we have anything over here? I'm not sure. What about multi-stream? Multi-stream just doesn't work for some reason. I don't know. If I say YouTube here, doesn't hey, hi, doesn't really do anything, does it? Yeah. Why not? YouTube, post comment, read comment. Okay, it should be working. Oh, it's actually sending it. And then is it coming here? Oh yeah, it's arriving here. Welcome to live chat. Okay, cool, but why am I not receiving anything? And then I don't know if Twitch is arriving here either. All right, we'll keep it like that for now. So let's go back to read Markdown. I did a small refactor in the code base around invite code naming. Can you double check your document mirrors all the names properly. Let's see where it did the friends code stuff, and then see if it's going to update that properly. Invite code, friends code. Here, see that one? And then there was another one, right? It was validate invite code API. I think this one was friends code API earlier. This one says friends code still. Updated feature game plan to match the refactor of friends code API reference. Why do I still see friends code references in your document? Scan thoroughly entire code base and match document thoroughly too. Just do it. I don't want to, you know what the issue is with LLM or with Codex or with Claude? When you say like, hey, can you, this is what I just did. I made refactor regarding naming. Can you please go and match it with the document, right? And I said like friends code API. So then it probably just thought, oh, friends code API. Okay, what about the friends code? Oh, maybe I didn't, actually my mistake. No, not my mistake. What about other areas in the code base? Double, triple, check all properties as well and match them. I don't want to say it specifically because that's what I did here. Here about, I don't know. It just said the API, invite code API, but it's still missing this one. I don't want to tell it it's this one. I want it to be thorough, because if I just say, hey, look at the invite code response, it's only going to look at invite code response. It's not going to look at other places that I might have missed, right? So what if I missed other places? Invite code, there you go. See, now it's updated properly. And I think it changed something down here too that I might have missed. I'm not perfect, but this is the job of Codex. Make sure everything is matching. Great. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Looks good. Please execute the plan. Now that's going to be fun. This is how it works. This is why we do that. So we are now van life compass refactored some names for consistency. The fun starts now because we planned now the whole feature, right? And then we just say go execute. We like what it did, the structure, the code it wrote and stuff like that. We reviewed it. It's solid. Let's see if it can one-shot it how we like it. And so in the code base, we're going to see some, we should see some new folders created. This one should probably be ignored, and it will create like an auth entry folder. And then let me move this actually over here so we can look at it at the same time. Now it's still thinking, and as it's thinking, let's see if it's creating some cool stuff for us. This is going to be so much quicker than writing it yourself. Okay, aligning implementation with guidelines and plan. Great. So it writes the code the way I like it. And then checking project file format. All right, checking file listing, whatever that means. I'm weighing between strictly following the original plan's adapter naming and adhering to the service suffix guideline to avoid inconsistency. Why weighing? Additionally, I'll prepare to update the Xcode project file to include new Swift files for proper build integration. Okay, I don't see anything changing yet. It's funny why it says weighing when it actually should be saying I am definitely doing that. Why is it saying between, where's the end? There's no, and adhering. So weighing between that and adhering to the service suffix. Okay, there we go. Where's the auth? See, auth. Then we have service, view, and view model. Nothing in there yet, but it's gonna come up now. Auth entry view, done. Invite code view is going to be created in a moment, unverified. I like the code There we go. We got this view model is not there yet, but it's gonna come there in a moment. Login placeholder view. Okay, we saw that. Invite code service. That's gonna be the one that's doing the validate invite code call to the API. It's basically just an abstraction layer, just one layer, but it, you know, what if there's multiple calls to be made or other stuff? So the service is basically allowing you to abstract away logic into this layer and not keep it in your view model. Let's go back here and see if now everything exists for it to at least render in the preview. If not, that's okay. There we go. So we can go to sign up. There we go. We got invite code. We can say Martin, and we can say continue. And is it gonna be done? It's still adjusting patch approach. Still doing stuff. I'm deciding to create smaller patches with the correct context and will address later sections involving the adapter in subsequent steps. I don't know what it means by patches, but what else do we need here? The API should be staying as is. And then we can build it and we can see in the down there in our logs, in our log window, what is happening. It will error out because we don't have the API backend implemented yet. There's not going to be a good response. Oh, it's done. Okay, implemented. Let's build it. Let's see. There we. Okay. We didn't say it should be the first view. It should be the first view though. So let's go to app and let's do comment this one out, call it auth entry view. Does it need anything? Or can I just call it? I can just call it. Okay, great. We're building it. And there we go. Why are these buttons grayed out? What did it do there? Login, invite code view. Let's see. Text field, button. Actually, no. This is here. Navigation link. Are they inherently just gray? Sign up. Oh, doesn't work. Why not? Let's see. Let's build again. Sign up. Failed to send. Login. Okay. When I build the project, the sign up and login button look great out to me. Either way, I cannot tap them. Nothing's happening. Investigate for me. Let's check YouTube chat. Anything new? I'm still learning to delete it. Okay, I think that's from earlier. Nothing out of mine. Okay. And let's see what it does. The buttons were grayed out because navigation link needs a navigation stack. Oh, makes sense. My mistake. Navigation stack in the... Wait, but was it not present? In the view hierarchy, a wrapped auth entry in its own navigation stack so it works even if it's presented standalone. Okay. There we go. Sign up. Invite code. Martin. Continue. Let's check out down here. What is error creating all these warnings? And then continue. There you go. Look at this. You see this API post request to vanlife/API/invite code/validate. And then this is the pretty precisely print. On line 90, the API said data corrupted, decoding error. And then it's printing what actually was in there. The given data was not valid JSON. Yes, it was just HTTP. It probably was like, this HTTP probably is just saying it doesn't exist. Let me see, this is all these fonts. Just to say it doesn't exist. Play fair display. I don't know. That's so interesting. I actually am curious what this kind of HTML is. We can just do this. We can do desktop vim test HTML, paste it in here, open test HTML, page not found. That's what it is. Okay, because we have no host. Okay, that's from GoDaddy, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's why the whole styling is happening. Alrighty, cool. But as you can see, we got our could not decode response from the server, and we can go back. Nice. Instead of this, we can say van live compass, and instead of having it like here, we can have it up there. Why is title so large? Title, I want this so small. Sign up and can you make the sign up and login buttons prettier, please? Just prettier. Let me see what Codex thinks it's prettier. Because those are links, but maybe we can add some rounded rectangle and as a shape, some padding, some color. Designing styled navigation. Van Life Compass app. Okay. Becco Berlin joined. There we go. It's updating this one. Okay, it's got a label. Auth action button label view. Oh, it introduced a whole new view. Okay, interesting. Gradient. That seems fancy. I thought about a simple button, but let's see what it cooked. I guess that works for us. That looks like old Twitter. Sign up. Login. That works for me. It's better than before. Sure. The rounded corners are a bit much. Overlays, border, view, capsule. Exactly. Rounded rectangle. How about that? Missing argument. Corner size. Yeah, apply that. Corner size. Actually, I don't know. 0? Can we say continuous too? What are the style here? Corner radius. Corner radius. Oh yeah, that's better. Style continuous. Let's do 8. Actually, let's do 16. These days, you want it 16. Probably. It's not matching the underlying. Where's the? That's the. See, the clip shape should be that. The same. Same clip shape as the border view. There we go. Does that look better? I don't know. We can just keep it like that. Okay. And then continue. Can we maybe make these buttons just general buttons and reuse for invite code view as well instead of auth specific? we could have them in maybe an app, just generally, unless it's gonna introduce shared. Yeah, shared it is. It's gonna move the stuff in there now. See how much code we already wrote that we didn't write? All that stuff would have taken longer than just talking to Codex. Action button label view. Yep. Refactor button view into shared component. Do that. And once it's done, we are going to rebuild. It removed the stuff from here. Much better. Okay. Cool. Now sign up. Whoa, continue looks so small. Why? Because the label has, okay, here, the label frame max width. No, let's just say continue button is so small, only the size of the text inside. Fix that for me. I could also give it a min width of 200 or something. If you want it taller with more padding, I can adjust the label. View 2. Sure, expanded the continue buttons hit area to full width with adding. But what was the update? Okay. If you want it taller or with more padding, I can adjust the label. No, it's fine. That's not fine. Whatever you did didn't work. Let's do it ourselves then. Call to main actor isolated initializer init is synchronous non-isolated context. Goddamn. Main actor, we gotta address that at some point. It's gonna be a bug in Swift, whatever. Maybe. It's main actor isolated in a synchronous non-isolated context. Why is it a sync? What if we just say invite code service is also main actor isolated? Do you have any issues with that? Call main actor isolated initializer init in a synchronous and non-isolated context. Oh, not this one. The init is not main actor, or no, everything should be main actor that's in main actor. No, well, you can tell I don't understand it fully right now. Let's go back to this view and then we can close that. Our invite code view and then see, we've been in here right now. Where is it? The view. That's the view model. This one is the view. So what's the problem here? Button style plane, that frame width infinity. We could say min width. I wonder if that changes anything. No, invalid. Okay. Let's do min width 200. Right? No. Why not? Button still plain. Allow hit testing false. What is this one for anyway? Configures whether this view participates in hit test operations. Okay. Said something, I heard something. Unchange was deprecated. Overlay. Maybe Codex should help. Continue button is still only the size of its content, unlike sign up and login. Please don't guess, investigate and research thoroughly before applying a verified fix. And then we can actually delete this game plan. We don't need it anymore. I just implemented this delete function into the app so we can delete it from here. Very convenient, so I don't have to go into my file explorer or terminal and delete the files. Let me check. The whips, hello, how have you been? I have been good. How about you? Oh, look, there's nothing in here even. It's cleared. We're working on a new app, just in case you missed it. And we're using another app that I've built to have Codex help us with this new app. I inspected invite code view and found the button was a text-only button with a styled overlay that keeps the hit area small because the button intrinsic size is still the text. As its label name, okay, let me see, did it change anything? Disabled or whatnot? I don't see the whatever it had earlier, right? The overlay. There we go. It was an overlay instead of the label. Nice. This looks so much better. Look how nice this looks. We can work with that, right? Cool. How about van life compass? Yeah. This could actually, we could keep it like that. Login coming soon. Cool. Sign up has that. Invite code. And then we continue and then could not decode. Why would it jump like this? I don't like that. How about let's see, this one. Can we do with animation? Is it just with animation? Returns the result of recomputing the view's body with the provided animation. Can you do that? I want to see. Sign up. No, you can't. Nothing's changed. Cool, that worked. Another thing, when the continue button API request returns an error, that error text appears under the input field kind of instantaneously, making the continue button jump downward. Any solutions to that? Placing the error message elsewhere or keeping it in place but sliding the but having the button animate downward instead to make room, or introducing an alert. Not sure about this one. Answer in chat. Let me just do that. I always say answer in chat, 3 words, if I don't want it to execute something in code, but just like tell me. Glad it worked. Reserve space for the error text. Keep the error under the field, but avoid layout jump by reserving a fixed height. Sure, no. You can render an empty text. Animate the layout change. If you want the button to move, wrap the error state change in with animation. We just did that, and add animation ease in, is out to the error message. Okay, I'll like do number 2. Inline error above the button, still reserve space, place the error between input and button, but always keep a placeholder there. I would say do number 2 for now and just see. I want to see what it does. Transitioning move edge top combined with opacity. Yeah, cool. But where's the animation? Okay. Fancy. I don't like the progress. Oh, look at this. It the progress view makes it jump. How about we do action label, because it's all centered, right? So it makes it move up. We don't like that. We can do maybe a, should we do a Z? What about an overlay? If it's present. I like that. Should we try this so it doesn't jump? Sign up. A. That kind of worked. This jumping thing is interesting. Oh, it's not clearing out when we go back. A. Go back here. I want to record this because I don't see properly. A. It kind of, oh, because it moves. All right, now I understand. It introduces something else and we stay centered in the view, not like, we don't have a fixed place. That's why it moves so much. See, it stays centered. This goes up, this goes down. Instead of, I want the text field to stay in place. So you would probably use a Z stack there. But how are you? I don't know, is that how you do it? The spacer on top? How about the spacer? There's no spacer on the bottom. V-stack spacing. So you got the button. That's the last thing. You know what? Maybe we will just do then the input field is gonna go up. I don't know how to keep this in the middle like that and have this just come out from under and push it down basically. I think it will have to be something like spacer min length, let's say 100, right? Or let's say 200, and then everything is pushed up like this. That way we have a fixed height on top that's just empty, and then we have our input field and our button, and the button is just moving down like this. No, didn't work. Did not work as expected. Spacer min length like that. V-stack. Oh, maybe, because maybe this. Maybe like this. Oh yeah. Outside of V-stack. And then the spacer, I think also outside of V-stack to push it up against the 200 space. This should work, I think. I feel like Codex would, the padding left and right just got fishing. Still not working the way I expect it to work. Why not? Do we say alignment in the center? We don't say that. We can give back the padding here. How's that in the center? Oh, maybe invite code view. No, that's the whole thing. It's an own thing. this one. Let's see about this. Let's do background color blue. No, brown. Just to see what the VStack is. See, it's just a small thing here. And then, why is it centered? We have a spacer on top. Background, color pink. I would have thought it will take up the whole space here, but it doesn't. Spacer, what if we do that? It should move everything up. It does move everything up. Oh, the spacer, spacer was a min length. We don't want min length. We want spacer, frame height, just a specific height. Height 200, that was the thing. So now, that's what I wanted. Okay, now if I say this, it just moves downward. Okay, that was what I wanted. We can keep it like this for now. Invite code. We could say see how the button is only moving down? Could not decode response from server. Cool. I like if the continue button is at the very bottom. So this one can actually be down here, and we don't need the spacer there. So it should push everything up and keep the button at the bottom like these buttons. Yeah, like this. And then it just appears down. Okay, that's cool. That works for me. All right, I think we can just say text. Here we can say, please enter the invite code you received from your friend. Like that. And then we could still say this is starting from there. This could be font title. And should it be on top, as far on top as possible like that? I'm not sure. Some padding. Let's see how that looks like. Sign up. Please enter the invite code you received from your friend. Okay, I guess so. Sub-headlines might be a little bit better. It's a little bit big there. But we don't want to design right now. This is all placeholder stuff anyway. Title, default, headline. Title, title 2, maybe. Sub-headline? What did we just... I think we just used sub-headline. It was pretty small. This looks nicer. What about 3? And then sign up. I don't see the difference, but I guess. Padding. Let's do for text field some padding too, just the same way. And button has the same padding too, just the default padding. So everything is nicely aligned. Why does it always look like it has more padding than the text? Okay. Not sure, but okay. Oh, let me see about the refactor. It refactored it. I didn't notice that it will go back to corner radius 16. We can change style continuous, and then same over here. Did notice it went back to capsule. That's very old looking now. So what I want to do is a new chat. Scan the invite code view and help me improve the look of the input field. Get inspired by the action button label view style for UI consistency. Let's do that. I like to chat like this much better than, look, we created a new session. I like it much better than terminal. Let's go here, let's see what it does. We have the text field, right? Is it gonna do stuff? Is it gonna do magic? Identifying missing UI component. The action button label view component is needed next. Okay, defining gradient fill. Gradient fill? Okay, maybe. Are you done? Okay, let's see how that looks like. I barely see the gradient fill, but it looks nice from dark to bright. Oh, that looks so much nicer. Actually, we don't need the gradient fill inside the background. I think where's the rounded rectangle stroke border is already nice. That one, that looks already nice. I like this. We can keep it like that. And then, interesting. Vertical padding. What if we remove that padding? How does that look like? Now it's all the way to the end. That's so strange. You know, you cannot keep it consistent. What the heck? Horizontal. Let's just do, I don't know, 4. Okay, we are going to do, that's not enough. 8 or 12. That's 14, I understand that. Or maybe it should be the same then. No, see, this is so much more. 12 and 14. How does that make sense? Am I missing something? Am I holding it wrong? How's 2 pixels so much? 10 and 14. Clearly the same. What am I doing? Oh, is the text centered? Alignment, multi-text alignment, leading. Maybe that's our issue here. Let's do 14 and leading. Okay, at least it's leading, but background color green. Oh, that's so interesting that it goes all the way up. How does that work? But it does go there. So it is basically the same. Ignore safe area. Edges. Ignore. Okay. That's funny. I don't know. You know, I haven't implemented yet that you can supply images here. I should do that because I will have to resort to, actually, let's resort to Twitter. We can show our code here too. Let's do it like this. Text field. Like that. Let's ask the people. Screenshot. Where's the, oh wait, is it here? Yeah. How, this, between, for the, wait, what am I saying? So, text and text field have same padding of 14. Well, first of all, text still has extra padding, sea green. How do I remove that default text padding? Let's do this. What do we got here? AJ and Michael. Nice. Okay, thank you. I think we can just leave it at this right now. This works for me. And we did some, I mean, I guess let's fix, actually we can push because it works, right? It works, so we can, I don't like the old look of it. We should make it more modern. Let's just fix that really quick. Let's do private let corner radius equal to 14. And then we only do it in one place and have it in two, consistent. Let's see how that looks like. And that looks better. It's an improvement. Okay, the input field should also invite code. Where is it? Invite code view. Text field, corner radius. Yeah, we don't need the background stuff. Corner radius should be 14. And that's the final change for now. Cool. I would say we can push that and then we can ask Codex to fix these two first, and then we can call it a day. Projects. I was about to go to read markdown, but we want to go to van life. Git status. Git add. Everything. Git commit. Introduced. What did we introduce? Oh yeah. Auth. Entry view. Login view. And invite code view. Introduced. Invite code view model. Wired invite code view with API. Let's just do that. All right, pushing to, oh, something changed there. Pull origin, release. What happened? Oh no. You have divergent branches. You need to specify how to reconcile them. I don't know. Oh yeah. Rebase. Good. Come on. What are we doing here? Good. Rebase to row. Git pull origin release. What did you git pull origin release? Hopefully no conflicts. God damn it. Use version on disk. Yes, always. Oh yeah, that's right. Revenue cat integration. Where are our conflicts? Oh, the content view? Is that the conflict? Resolve all conflicts. What is the conflict? Modify, delete. Delete it. Introduce. Yeah. I suppose we can put this on the van pass. What am I saying? Live compass. Put it on here. And then put that there. Fix the alignment. Why warning? Even edit this so just to follow all steps for us. Okay. Cool. Fix that. Should still run, right? Feel free. No observable object of type revenue found. What? Oh, yeah, it's missing the environment. That's fine. This is home view. Environment. Yeah, because it's not injected. It's not injected, and it was never injected anywhere. I don't see it here. Environment. It has to have the environment object, and it's not there. Where do you get it from? Okay. New chat. Let's do. Where is the error again? Here? No. Let's just do. Something is poking me here. It's gonna crash. Let's do. I am getting online 34 in home view. I think I forgot to add the environment in the parent view. Correct me if I am wrong. I am a noob. You are the professional. Don't rely on me. Make your own conclusions, deductions. Identifying need for SwiftUI knowledge. Exactly. Recognize the requirement to require SwiftUI skills and use shell commands to support the task. Alright, yeah, investigate this. This is revenue. Where is this coming from? Oh, revenue is coming from here. Okay, cool. That means it exists. View revenue. We can just, do that and then pass it in as an environment. This is in main tab view. We don't use main tab view anymore, do we? No, we do use main tab view. It was missing it. Okay. So now it shouldn't crash anymore. Buy shit. That's cool. But also, what we can do is we can do van life compass should have. Where's our auth? Okay, auth is not there yet because we are in a rebase. Okay. Let's do this. Git status. Git rebase. Next commands to do 2 remaining commands. Refactors. Okay, fix conflicts and then get rebase continued. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Git rebase continue. You must edit all merge conflicts and then mark them as resolved using git add. I think we resolved everything. Git add everything. Yeah. General API embed code. That was me. What other conflicts do we have? The only conflict is here. Yes, because we are introducing auth entry, and that's fine. We can just not introduce it right now. It's just another view. Okay, still working. Cool. And then git status. Let me see. Git add, git rebase continue. It's funny, it doesn't even say continue all the way. Still working. And then, wait. Your branch is ahead. Okay, git push origin. No, I want to introduce that. I want to use auth entry view, and I want to move all of this good stuff into the login after the login. Instead of having the login placeholder view, I want this main tab view to be there or used. Whereas it's used in auth, it's used here. Okay, that means van live compass app. We don't need. So purchase, check entitlement, checking entitlement. Where do we want to place that stuff? Main tab view, on appear. I guess that's fine. On appear, it checks the entitlement, but why would it check it in here? Why would it check it in here and not in the main tab view? Can you move it? Can we just move it? That's fine, I think, but I would say, how about we just move it inside main tab and say on appear here, and then move that stuff in there, and we mark private, have a private function here. Am I still in the body accidentally? Probably. Purchase shared. Oh, because revenue cat is not imported here. That means revenue cat, does it need UI? No, probably not. Does this one need UI? Probably not. Revenue cat up there for that configuration, and revenue cat down here for that stuff. Okay. Main tab view is now our main tab. Because from here, if we have check entitlements, like whether you are pro or not, we can then populate our each view to be displayed the way we want it to be displayed, depending on your status, I think. Oi, we don't want that. What is this? Why is home view underneath? What happened? Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense, because content view, we don't need content view anymore. Move the trash. We did van life res app here. So that stuff now can go here, sign up, login, placeholder view can be that, and then we can get rid of that, and then we can just say, you know what, you just log in right away, right? I just wonder, because it's navigation link, can I find content view and scope? Yeah, you don't need that. My friend, you don't need that. We can log in and then we're here, but we don't want that back button, right? We want to be presented. Login could be, I wonder if login doesn't need to be a push, but like what if, I guess we can just leave it at that right now. We can fix it later. For now, it's a navigation in there. Okay, git add, then present main tab on login. Cool. I think that's a good progress. All right, awesome. I will just leave it at that for now. And then I can work on it again on the backend part. I'll work on the backend part next, because now we have the invite code that we want to send, and now I can just go to the backend and say, you know what, I need a database. I need to set up some models, some migrations, some interfaces, API endpoints. I need to deploy it. I need to set up the server and stuff like that. That's gonna be a fun thing to do, but I think I'm going to do that on Sunday. So for today, oh, Joannes, how's it going these days? I totally missed your comment. Hi, if you're still around, thanks for stopping by. Sorry if it's so short, because I'm just about to end the stream. I hope you're doing well. I always see your tweets. I think you just announced iOS, no? But yeah, hey, you're still around. Okay, I was just about to end the stream because it's getting late, but good to see you. Let's catch up soon, maybe on Twitter. Yes, that's pretty exciting stuff. Embedded Swift, Swift on hardware. Sounds very exciting to me. Hardware has always been something that I was really interested in trying out. But yeah, all right. Send me a message whenever. Okay, I'll do that. And everyone else, catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. I'll